What's up, Lo?
What's up, E. Lee?
In the place, man. Had some technical difficulties. A little slow on the draw today.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. It happens. It's election night. In the United States of America.
And that too. But we focusing on the NFL and fantasy football because this is the Dirty South Fantasy Football Podcast, and we come to you each and every Tuesday, usually at 8 o'clock when we don't have technical difficulties. But today is a very special day because I've got to thank my man Steven. He put us on his Super Fly network, and we're excited to be here. Thank God for my brother for putting us into the Miami Sports and Music Network. Thank you.
Yes, the Miami Sports Network is a big deal, especially here in Florida. Big shout going out to Stephen D and, of course, Solo D for inviting us and having us be a part of this platform. So I am excited about it. And, of course, you know when Lorenzo Ice-T Thomas is on, it always comes back to who? The Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, we
Thank
know
you very much.
We know how that goes. It's an exciting recap for Week 9. A lot of things have gone on in the NFL, man. And we've got some special guests in the studio today. So, man, I'm excited about it. We ask everybody, if you're on Facebook, make sure you hit that like button. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe for us, please. Do that. And, of course, share. So, Lo, let's talk about the NFL. First and foremost, man, let's get right down into some really interesting stuff. Jeff Saturday, what are your thoughts about him getting the job as, of course, the coach of the new, the Indianapolis Colts?
Right. Well, as we do know, there is something that is called the Rooney Rule. Right. And since the 70s, it's been put in place because of basically they want to make sure the minorities are getting the opportunities to get the head coaching positions. However, it seems like this one that might be what you might want to call a little bit of a loophole because he's an interim head coach and not the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. But I do have to say this. It's the process, and they may need to, the NFL Players Association may need to look into trying to update that or change that some way, form, or fashion. But yet and still, as far as Jeff Saturday is concerned, if you've seen him on ESPN and his analysts, as he analyzes the NFL, he is on point. He is smart. He played with, of course, one of the GOATs. When you're talking about Peyton Manning, he is one of the best quarterbacks to play. So when you need someone that is close with the organization, and of course, it is a network of people that feel comfortable with certain individuals, Jeff Saturday kind of fits right into Irsay's. I guess you could say fits right into the organization. He's in the honor roll. He's in the ring of honor, that is. And I think he was just there not too long ago being honored. So if you had to pick someone to come in and be an interim coach, possibly Jeff Saturday may have been a good selection. However, Reggie Wayne is already on that staff. So why didn't they interview or give Reggie Wayne, who is currently a coach on the staff, the opportunity to coach the Colts?
Yeah, so if you're out there and you're checking us out, what do you think? Was hiring Jeff Saturday a good move? Has that been a good move for the Indianapolis Colts, especially when there's so many other assistant coaches from other teams? People are waiting in line, and this guy really hadn't had an opportunity to show his chops in terms of his coaching acumen.
No coaching experience at all. But the owner, Irsay, feels comfortable with him. And that is one of the problems. Some people will say, well, how do you get into those circles where you can rub elbows with those owners to whereas you can be in the position to be interviewed? And that's why you need diversity somewhere. Whereas you can see now Jay-Z is amongst the owners. He's hanging out with the owners. He has a little bit to do with the halftime show, Of course, then remember, if you go back to when he was with when he first got down with the NFL, people were talking about why is Jay-Z getting down with the NFL? Colin Kaepernick is still kneeling, and Jay-Z actually said, well, I think we've passed kneeling. Jay-Z, as we know, is a businessman. And since he's been in that position, he had a lot of influence on Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg being a part of the halftime show. And now he possibly will be teaming up with Jeff Bezos to purchase the Washington Commanders.
The Commanders.
So he has to be in the room. So that's where you have that opportunity for him to be there, to be amongst the players. You just need more African Americans to be in those positions to rub those elbows. So someone like a Jeff, like what's his first name, Irsay, can feel comfortable, and he feels comfortable with Jeff Saturday. And you really can't be mad at that. And he's a former player as well.
Right. Shout out to my man, Chef Jew. As the ambassador of the MSM Podcast Network, they have welcomed us to the family. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I truly appreciate it.
Yes.
Feel free to drop us a comment if you're checking us out. We're excited about it. So, man, we got a lot more to talk about. I want to introduce one of our guests because he could, be peeling out in a second. He got double trouble in the household, a set of twins. My man, Richie Rich. He's in the house. Rich, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, y'all?
How you doing?
I'm good. Y'all good?
Man, everything is good. What do you think about this whole hiring of Jeff Saturday?
Let me just put it this way. In his last year of high school coaching, he was 3-7.
Okay.
There you go.
That's it. That's what's up. Hey, Rich, we're gonna go first and foremost, before we get into a whole lot of chatter with you, we put everybody on the hot seat. Basically what it is, it's not going to hurt you. Mm-hmm. Give you a couple of scenarios. You just pick one. If I say Coke or Pepsi, you decide which one, whatever you're feeling. Is that cool?
Yeah. Go Commanders.
Okay. This is easy enough. We're not going
Commanders.
Say what?
Can I just say go Commanders?
Go Commanders. Hey, look, and since you from the DMV, we're going to make sure we got some questions about the DMV. I want to see if you can handle it. Here we go.
Let's go.
Hey, E, we can't hear that.
Okay, Rich, Bad Boy or Death Row?
Bad Boy.
Damn.
LA and Babyface or Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis?
LA and Babyface.
Good times or the Jefferson?
Good times.
Okay. Daryl Green or Sean Taylor?
Damn.
Got him.
Ooh, got him. Good one. Good one.
Give me a second.
Come on, DC.
Oh my God.
You gotta give it up. You just gotta give it up for Sean.
Sean Taylor.
Yeah, because of the legacy. Yeah.
Okay. George Clinton or Chuck Brown?
Come on, man. Don't disrespect me.
Okay. All right. Hey, look, Low. His last one.
Okay.
Donnie Simpson or Big Tigger?
Ooh. Ooh.
What you gonna say?
As far as what?
No, it's
either or. It's either or. We're not giving you a break here.
Hey,
Go Big Tigger.
He happened to be the producer of a Big Tigger show.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
You are officially off the hot seat, my man.
Yeah.
You survived it.
Nice one.
Yeah, I had to do that. So, first of all, what we're going to do, man, we're going to go back to the draft. Because when we're talking about fantasy football, we do Dynasty, but Rich and I are in other leagues. So if you're doing other leagues in terms of a full PPR as well as Superflex, so we actually have two quarterbacks on the starting roster in our other league. But this one right here is definitely a Dynasty league where we actually keep our players. Rich's first pick was Patrick Mahomes. Not a bad hit, man.
Ooh-wee. He scored some points last night.
He put it up for him
Sunday. Yeah, that was Sunday.
Okay. Excited about that pick? You still good with that pick?
I'm good with that one.
Okay. Now, the crazy thing about it, when we saw Rich make a pick, he went up for the fourth pick with Michael Parsons. We thought he was crazy. Come to find out, you were pretty smart to do that.
Yep.
Now, your second pick was what?
I don't know. I had to question that because he's not the leading defensive player in fantasy football right now.
He's number 2, ain't he?
Nah, he's like number 8 or something.
Really?
You got to check that. You got to check. Roquan Swift is number 1. Smith.
Roquan is the most tackles. Then they had the guy from Seattle.
Sometimes it's not by the ranking on our dynasty thing. It's you got to look at the points scored. I'm giving y'all too much information right now. I can't be telling you that.
That's why we up here.
Nah, man. I'm giving y'all too much information.
Your second pick was Alvin Kamara, man.
The season ain't over. The season's not over.
Season not over.
No, I'm not saying it's over.
Alvin Kamara, your second pick, still happy with that pick?
No, absolutely not.
And I know Terry McLaurin, no matter what the situation is, you can be happy with him.
Yeah, that's my guy.
I figured that.
I think, Rich, you picked the first defensive player, right? Out of anybody.
The first defensive player off the board.
Yeah.
I wanted to stack my defense first. I drafted 3 defensive players in a row.
Wow.
Oh, he sure did.
Yep.
If you got any questions about starting or sitting your lineup, make sure you hit us up in the chat. We'll talk about that in a little later on if you're looking for answers to some of your lineup questions that you've got coming up in week number 10. We're going to talk about some of the injuries that actually happened over the last couple of over the weekend. So one of the injuries that everybody talked about was that gentleman that been slanging that thing over in Buffalo. Y'all heard about it, right?
Yep.
That dude right there. Josh Allen. So they're saying that he will still play next week. What are your thoughts on this?
Rich, you go ahead.
Who are they playing?
Minnesota.
Ooh, that's he has to play that game.
In Buffalo, I believe.
He has to play that game. Like, there's no way he cannot play that game. The Vikings are 7-1. They just beat the Commanders last week. Kirk Cousins is balling out. He has to play that game and get back, because they lost that game against the Jets last week, which was like crazy. So he has to play this game.
Okay.
Well, it's going to be interesting what they're still going over the results, because this is an injury that he encountered, I think, in his rookie year. Same injury to that same elbow. So it could be some more damage, some more structural damage that could have occurred. He still did, right after he hurt his arm, throw the ball 60, 70 yards down the field, where Gabe Davis hit him right in his chest. So if Gabe still could have made that catch. So he was still able to throw the ball, but we'll just have to see whether or not he will be able to play, because it may have re-injured or reactivated the injury he required. That happened about how many years? About 4 or 5 years ago. So it'll be interesting. Yeah. So, but the thing is, what I'm intrigued about is see what happens, because in that AFC East, every team in the AFC East has had a problem with their quarterback. The Jets had Flacco play. The Patriots had to have their backup play, and the same thing with the Dolphins. So now if the Buffalo Bills have a problem, okay, let's see what happens, because you've got 3 teams with six wins in the division, and Buffalo hasn't had to deal with injuries at the quarterback position.
Right. Another person that seems to have about to go under the knife again. Well, maybe not under the knife. He has a high ankle sprain and be out for the next 6 weeks. Romeo Doubs, man. Green Bay.
He's on my team, man. So he was one of the rookies that I drafted when we were selecting and hoping that he would be able to mature throughout the course of the season. So I was looking forward to him coming around when the playoffs rolled around, but it seems as if that he's going to be out until that time. So he'll just go on AR, and then I'll have
the playoffs.
No. I'm talking about my fantasy football team. And when my fantasy football team makes the playoffs, so then he could possibly hit the field. But he may just
away.
Yeah.
So package is trash.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is now when you're talking about, if you got Alan Lazard, he gonna eat. He gonna eat hard this time.
Well, I don't know if anyone's going to eat with that Green Bay offense right now, the way Aaron Rodgers is playing. I mean,
really, it's Aaron Rodgers. Do you guys really believe that he gonna suck for the whole year?
Yes, this year, yes. He has nobody to throw the ball to.
The Detroit Lions have the worst defense in the NFL. I know they had a lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball, and basically they were decimated at the wide receiver position. But the Detroit Lions have the worst defense in the NFL ended. Did they score a touchdown? I don't think they scored a touchdown.
This past game?
I don't think Green Bay scored a touchdown. If I remember correctly.
I got to go back and take a look at that.
Yeah, I don't think they scored a touchdown.
Okay, that's what's up.
I think it was like 13-9, something like that.
Okay. Well, Buda Baker, he got hurt. So if you're playing IDP, which is what we play, individual defensive players, instead of picking a specific defense, he's out for a while. His ankle is messed up. So if you're looking for some defensive backups, definitely pull up his actual what is the depth chart. You can see exactly what you can pick up in terms of making that defensive move for your team. Now, Rich, how you doing? With this dynasty thing? Is this the first time you've done dynasty?
Yes, it's the first time I've done dynasty. Like when we started drafting, I was like, why are we drafting all these defensive players? What's going on? Like, it was so confusing. I was so confused.
How you like it so far?
It's cool. I'm definitely learning. I'm definitely going to draft a little bit differently next year. I'm like in the middle of the road. I'm like 4-4, something like that.
Okay. All right.
Now,
Rich,
Lorenzo. Well, Rich, I will tell you this, man. I'm in another league, and I don't want to play anything else but Dynasty after this.
Yeah.
I mean, the research that goes into it, because I'm a geek when it comes to it. You know, I want, and it causes me to do all the research on all the players that play in the NFL. So if I need to talk about, Myles Garrett or TJ Watt or any of the linebackers, defensive backs, because I spent so much time doing research on my team and the NFL overall. When you go to another league where they have some type of limitations, I feel handcuffed.
Right.
You know, I'm like, oh man, I can only have 14 players. I'm like, oh, this is weak. This is whack. Yeah. So I think I'm done with any other league unless it's a dynasty league after that.
Yeah, what confused me about it was the IR and the waiving and stuff like that. It was confusing at first.
But you got it now. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's my first year. I mean, if I had a chance to do it all over again, I would have drafted Josh Allen #1 instead of Jonathan Taylor. So
well, he's hurt now. So
both of them are hurt.
Yeah, both of them are hurt. So if you're definitely checking us out, if you're checking us out on Facebook, make sure you hit the thumbs up. We truly appreciate it. Hit the share button if you can. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the Fantasy Football Podcast. We do this each and every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Don't forget, shout us out. Hit us up in the chat line. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know that you're out there. In addition to that, if you got any questions, if you should start them or if you should sit them, a lot of us play in multiple leagues. We do a lot of this, and we're real serious about it. I'm in 4 leagues, and Rich likes to talk trash about it, but in the other league we in, I'm wrecking shop.
Can I tell you how serious this guy is?
Tell him, Rich.
Oh, last night we're at the Hawks game. This guy is his head is right in front of the TV for the watching the Monday Night Football game. I'm like, we have a whole game out here, bro. Like,
we're at the Hawks game watching the Hawks play the Bucks with Giannis in there. He's like, dude. I said, hey man, I gotta win this game. So I got one eye on the TV, right, and the other eye on the game because we were up in the suite.
And it had to be a good game because the Hawks end up winning, right? Without Trae Young.
Oh yeah. That wasn't even close. So yeah, but that's how serious I am about my fantasy football.
Mind you, he texts our group chat pretty much every time after he wins. The hashtag the chosen one.
Yeah.
And still thinks he's undefeated when he's really not undefeated.
So wait, that's in another league. We don't get that Eric Lee in this league, huh?
Oh well, I don't run through this league like I'm running through the other league.
Wow,
you're not really running through it.
Wow.
So, no one's really dethroned me yet. So in the loss that they say I lost, I won the game. I won the game, and then a week later, it switched. The computer switched it on me.
Wait a minute. I got to ask Rich something here. Wait a minute. I hope I'm looking at this wrong, right?
Uh-oh.
This past week, you started Patrick Mahomes, right?
Yes.
You didn't start David Carr.
I'm never starting David Carr again.
Okay. You said you won't ever do it again.
No.
So wait a minute. You did start him last week instead of Patrick Mahomes. All right, okay. I'm just checking. I'm going to look at your lineup. So yeah. So basically, we were just praising him about Patrick Mahomes, but I went and took a look here, and when Patrick Mahomes, how many points he scored?
45. What was it?
I don't know, ridiculous.
Man. We're not going.
But he didn't have him. I don't think he had him in the starting lineup.
I did not.
Oh, that hurts.
That was a mistake.
Oh, that hurts.
I'm never starting homeboy again.
What made you do that? Because Patrick was going against Tennessee?
Yes.
Okay. And they were playing Jacksonville. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm not sitting Pat home.
I'm so sick of Carr. Like, if anybody's in our league, he's up for trade.
I might have to call you about that because he ain't gonna suck for the rest of either.
You're gonna send somebody stupid like Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't need it.
Hey, I'm the deal maker.
You know what you tried to do to me last time in the other league. So
hey man, I was giving out Jimmy G for defense, man. I thought it was a good pick.
Nobody wants Jimmy G. No.
Okay, nobody wants Jimmy G. So,
although the 49ers probably will go to the Super Bowl.
I mean, they got a lot of weapons because now that you think about it, coming back from the bye, Christian McCaffrey has a full week of learning the offense. Debo Samuel still is in place. I mean, they still got a serious offense. And then you've got Kittles at tight end. So Jimmy G may not be a bad pick. I mean, if he can be disciplined enough not to throw to the other team, a dump here for Christian McCaffrey on a 5-yard out could turn to a touchdown automatically.
Yeah. Well, you keep Jimmy G then. Yeah. Well, start him. You got him in which league you got him in?
I got him in.
Sorry,
actually, I might have to start him because Josh Allen hurt. Might have to start him. Definitely might have to start him. Look, we got some folks checking in. Great fantasy football vibe so far. Keep it up. That's from Nando Talk. Thank you for shouting us out, brother. I truly appreciate it. And if you're checking us out, don't be shy. Go ahead on. Hit us up in the comment line. If you got any questions about your fantasy football team, let us know. We're talking about dynasty football with independent defensive players, meaning that IDP league. In addition to that, we also talk about Superflex leagues. Rich and I are in a Superflex league where we can actually roster 2 quarterbacks on the same team at the same time, which some people say, man, that's not fantasy football. In our league, it depends on where you are. I mean, I'm playing 4 different leagues. This is the only one we do that Superflex where you can actually use 2 quarterbacks, though.
Shout out to Geno Smith.
He said, so Geno, your man.
Geno's giving me points.
Okay. Yeah. I dig Geno.
Hey, Rich, this week you're playing, funny that you were talking about Jimmy Garoppolo. You're playing Phoenix Rising this week, who is sporting a 3-6 record, so you might be able to get the W this week.
I don't know. He scored more points than everybody this week.
Well, he had a 3-6 record, though. You know what I mean? And then you got to realize how many teams were on a bye this past week. We had about 6 teams on a bye. So, if you have depth, then you're able to score, be up there with the teams that, scored, a lot of points like his team and my team. And there was another team that was up there at the top. But points because you got to have depth on your squad. So you're going up against Jimmy Garoppolo, Kareem Hunt, Aaron Jones, Cooper Kupp, Christian Kirk. Who's this Johnson from the New Orleans? I don't know who that is. B. Wright, Carlson. And he's got some people injured on the defense. So what do you think about going into his next? Have you looked at your schedule for next week? See who you're playing.
I haven't. Only person I'm really nervous about that list is Cooper Kupp. That's about it.
Okay. That's all you're concerned about.
Anybody else is a wash.
Okay.
Shout
out to Nando. He said he's in the fantasy league too. He like an IDP. We're not the only ones. Matter of fact, he said he got Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. How he get both of those?
Well, Jamar's sitting, so.
No. But it doesn't say a lot for the people that were drafting. How many teams
how'd
in your
you
league?
get both of them?
6 teams in your league? How many teams in the league? That's what we
How'd
need
you
to know.
Get both of those? Nando, you got to let us know about that. How'd you get both of those?
Unless he made
Chase and Jefferson.
Unless he made a trade for one of them and gave up a lot. That's the only way, because they both should have been gone in the first round.
Yeah.
Or people realized that Kirk Cousins was throwing Justin Jefferson the ball.
Oh, he says year 3, baby. We trading drafted Justin. He drafted Justin Jefferson in the 10th round, and he traded for him. Okay.
That makes sense. He had to trade. That's why I said he had to make a trade for him.
Makes sense.
That's the only way he could have got both. What did he have to give up? That's what I want to know.
Keenan Allen, first round pick, and Elijah Mitchell last year. That's what he traded. There it is on screen.
Wait, hey, so they have multiple years? Okay. They have multiple years or something?
Well, no, if you got, he's played Dynasty too. So they've been playing it longer than we have.
Okay. They keep their team from last year? Is that how
you will too.
Yeah. Oh, this is my team.
That's your team.
Yeah, Rich said, "Oh, next year I'm going to draft different." I said, "He doesn't understand."
Oh, no, that's why it's a dynasty, brother.
I've been noticed.
So
I need to make some trades.
Yeah, we have to make some trades. Let's look into it. So what do you? I have a question to us. So what? You know what? I should keep my mouth shut. But we are having a fantasy football conversation, and anyone that is playing fantasy football is going to have to deal with this because the NFL has extended the game, extended the season to 17 games. Now the buys fall on week 14. There are some buys during that week. So like the Falcons are on the bye. The Colts are on the bye. There are quite a few teams that are on a bye. And all of us are going to have to deal with it at the particular time.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think we should do? Should we basically now move the playoffs to like week 15? Not for this year, but going forward, because it's unfortunate that you're going to have the playoffs going on and you're not going to be able to have some of your key players.
I don't think you can move it because week 17 is a throwaway week. So that means you got a 2-week playoffs. You still would have to do it in week 14 and hope that when you're drafting, make sure you don't put people on your squad that's going to be out there for week 14.
Well,
shout out to M Baller. She said he got a Tyreek as one of the wide receivers. Big brains.
That's what I got. Well, it's a problem either way you look at it. Would you rather have more players to choose from or few? If you start week 15 and you go 15, 16, your championship is in week 16.
Yeah.
Everyone's basically you can choose from all the players, whereas in week 14, you're losing out on some of your best players. So like for me, my issue is even though they're not playing well this year, I did draft them number 1 and number 3, which is Jonathan Taylor and Kyle Pitts.
Look at the screen. Who would have any other Colt players than Taylor?
I mean, that wasn't the case at the first, at the beginning of the season. Pittman is a good player. So, Nyheim Hines is a good player. Right. So those are 2 other players that I just added that have fantasy football value. And shoot, Hines is going to be a problem once you get that offense down pat in Buffalo.
Right.
So you're going to wish you had him.
Yeah, but when you're talking about next year, unless we're running a 2-week playoffs.
No, 3. Start 15, 16, and the championship is week 17.
But
it's
17,
only
17. You worrying about people resting folks.
I know. Do you want to worry about that or having players not playing at all in week 14? And it's 6 teams competing. You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
There's 6 owners that are playing in the playoffs on week 14. Right.
I think that's something we put up for vote for.
Hold on, and on week 17, there's only 2 owners, but you can pick up. You have more players to choose from because everyone else is lost.
Right. I think we put that. I think we do that in terms of we vote. Let the league vote on that.
But it's just a problem. That we've never had that problem in fantasy football before because
the league usually they usually don't wait that long to
have a bye.
Have a bye. So, if you're having problems right now with your team because of the bye-mageddon, let us know. We can help you out with that. If you're checking us out on Facebook, make sure, like we ask you to always, hit the thumbs up for us. We truly appreciate it. In addition to that, if you're catching us on YouTube, go ahead on and hit the subscribe button. That'll help us out a whole lot. First and foremost, again, we want to thank the network that put us down. Gotta let Steve know, man, we truly appreciate you putting us on the network. Technical difficulties on our end slowed us down a little bit, so we hope to be there on time with all the streams running next week. Lorenzo.
Yes.
thank you for introducing us to Steve.
Oh yeah, it's a great platform. I definitely make appearances on Miami sports music quite often. It's a huge base of Miami Dolphin fans that are on this channel checking us out. And Steven has his morning show, and Solo D, he's probably one of the more popular Miami Dolphin fans. If you've ever heard any songs about the Dolphins, Solo D has probably been the one to make those songs. And then for the Miami Hurricanes, there was a big song, not this year. We won't talk about the Canes for this year. But the previous year, they had this song called the Turnover Chain. Turnover Chain, Turnover Chain, Turnover Chain. So it was a big thing. So if you saw the Canes, whenever they got a turnover, they ran to the sidelines. Boom, they put on the chain. So Solo D created a song, and it became a very popular song in this region of the country. So I'm very happy to be on the network, and we're able to reach more people with a fantasy football talk. So
shout out to Rashad Brown.
And y'all need to thank me because I have beaten whoever was Carl was undefeated last week. Right. I think it was Carl. And then I beat I can't remember who it was. I beat this week. That was 7-1. So I'm chopping them down, y'all. I'm doing it for us. Okay. So y'all two can possibly have an opportunity to make the playoffs.
Hey, Rich, how the squad doing? You think you're gonna make the playoffs?
I'm gonna win the league, bro.
What did he say?
He said, I'm gonna win the league, bro.
He's confident. He's confident.
Watch what I tell you.
Shout out to Rashad Brown. He said, yo, thanks for checking us out, Rashad.
What up?
Definitely. Thank you for checking us out, man. We're gonna do this each and every Tuesday. 8 p.m. from 8 p.m. to 8:30. We're running a little long today because we started late. So we just wanted to get all of the content in. Let you know we'll be here each and every week talking about matchups. In addition to that, the injury report, some of the crazy things that are happening in the NFL, maybe at the same time helping you guys filling out your roster with some problems that you may have, including the bye weeks that we are running up against, how we are kind of maneuvering through it, and how you can take advantage of it too. So each and every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, we're going to talk about IDP leagues. We're going to talk about Superflex leagues. We're going to talk about standard points. We're going to talk about full PPR, the whole gambit. Love it. Anything you want to say to the folks before we break out of here, Lo?
Of course, I want to talk about my Miami Dolphins. Of course, I got to talk about the Miami Dolphins, So big victory for us against the Chicago Bears this past weekend. And because I am on the Miami Sports Music Network, got to say a big shout going out to Miami Dolphin fans. And one of the things I don't hear on the national media and the national media talking about the Miami Dolphins, I'm thankful and I'm appreciative of the fact that they are giving the recognition to the Miami Dolphins because they deserve it. And we're hearing about good things, not about bad things. And normally you hear bad things when it comes to the Miami Dolphins. But the Miami Dolphins offense right now is breaking records. Big shout going out to Tyreek Hill. He already has over 1,000 receiving yards in, what was it, about 9 games. He's possibly going to break 2,000 yards, and that's a record that was held by Calvin Johnson from the Detroit Lions. Yeah. And all the Dolphins have to do is if they can get Byron Jones back, who is who we've been missing. We're missing this basically 65% of our secondary. We're missing Byron Jones. We're missing Nick Needham, and Brandon Jones got hurt. So those are 3 starters that are in our secondary. If they were playing in our secondary, the defense would be performing a lot better. So if we can get Byron Jones back, get someone to play the nickel, our defense can get back to where it was playing last year. So that's what I wanted to say and share with the listeners out there because they're talking about our defense being trash right now. You know what I mean? So I just want to say that. So
shout out to Sean Thompson, Phoenix Rising. He hit the like button for us. Appreciate that.
Thank you,
Sean. Richie Rich.
Yo,
any my man from the DMV, we look, hey man, I feel your pain, bro. My Commanders are rough.
I just want Daniel Snyder to sell the team. That's all I want.
So are we good with Jay? Majority holder, the Jigger man.
As long as Daniel Snyder sells the team, I don't care who got it.
Ooh.
I'm good with Jay.
That's
I'm
what's
doing
up.
Jay Bezos.
Jay
Amazon
Bezos.
Prime. Amazon Prime.
So, Rich, are you pulling for that? You want that to happen?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Commanders fans get free shipping and handling.
And what do you think they might? Because Jay-Z, he's gonna have some say in that. You think they'll stick with the Commanders or they'll make another name change?
Nah, they gotta stay with the Commanders. They can't switch it again.
Nah,
that'd be too crazy. We just had 3 names in the past 4 years: Redskins, Washington football team, and the Commanders. Nah, we good right now.
It'd be the Washington dynasties. You know what I mean?
I wish they would have. But I heard they couldn't. Somebody held them to wouldn't do it. I wanted them to be the Red Tails if they had to change it.
I wanted Red Wolves.
That'd have been hot too.
Yeah, I wanted Red Wolves.
Hell no, those weak. Those are soft names.
Red Tails.
Red. Come on, man.
But you know what? Look, hold on. Do you know what we were referencing?
I mean, are you talking about the pilots?
Yes.
Oh man, but the tail, anything with a tail at the end of it just sounds whack, sounds weak.
No, man. The Red Tails, you paying homage to the all-black fighter squadron in World War II that never lost a bomber.
I don't know. That would have to grow on me. I understand what you're trying to say, but I don't know. The Red Tails just doesn't.
They made a movie about it, man.
I know the movie. I know what you're talking about, but it didn't sound hard enough for me.
It should have been Red something, so we can still say HTTR.
Yeah. Yep, pretty much. Hail to the Red Tails.
Right.
Like I even had a problem with when they changed the Miami Dolphin logo and they had the tail up in the air like that. So why you got the tail up in the air like that? You know what I mean? It's like, come on, it looks weak.
All right.
Looks happy.
Let everybody know how they can find you, Lo, on social media. First of all, Rich, thanks for taking the time out, man. For those that don't know, Rich got a set of twins. How old are they now?
They just turned 1.
Congratulations, brother. Congratulations.
Turn how old?
1.
1. Okay. All right. 1 month?
1 year. 1 year.
The way he's sitting, man, it looks like it's been about 1 week. He's like,
Lord. Got to keep them kids. There they go. Look at you play.
Yes, that's beautiful right there. And you got to
tell everybody how they can find you.
You got to get up early in the morning too.
Oh yeah, I do.
I love to
go. Morning show, Richie Rich Radio, everything.
Okay.
All right, and they can find me at Star 94.5, Orlando's only R&B, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7 p.m., and also on Hot 105, Saturday nights from 6 to 10 p.m., and of course, right here each and every Tuesday night.
Oh yeah, you can catch me right when you see my handle on Twitter at Dirty South FFL. You can also catch me at 100 Hip Hop and R&B FM on the Odyssey app. Every night overnight, as well as Saturdays at 12 to 2 p.m. So we're all over the place. Guys, thank you guys for checking us out.
Yes.
First and foremost, once again, Stephen, thank you for having us on the podcast network. We are excited to be here. We will see you next week. And, let's rock and roll. See you guys.
Let's go Dolphins.
Rise up.